Greetings, Footpeg Diaries has been invited to another bike launch. Yes! This time for the new Honda Transalp. Fonny couldn't join me on the previous launch because his leg, and how we almost lost him. But guess what? We found him again.
I'm so glad to be back, and I'm so looking forward to the Honda Transalp.
I'm saying it straight off the bat. I think this is going to be like a city commuter bike.
You see, this is the problem here.
What?
The preconceived ideas.
No,
just because it's been launched.
Everybody has an
it's
idea.
just because it's been launched in
I'm
Europe.
not the only one. In Europe, okay.
In Europe,
granted.
and we've got their feedback, doesn't mean that it's just a soft commuter. Bro, this is Africa. Let's go into this a bit more open-minded.
No, I'm not going to.
What I'll do for the viewers is I'll give you like a non-biased, non-preconceived idea.
On arrival at the launch, we were greeted by the Honda staff and technical personnel, and a motley crew of familiar faces, most of them motorcycle journalists, and some who've even done trips with us before. The new Transalp, at first glance, reminds of the iconic XL750 of the late 80s and early 90s, with its original tri-color scheme. This new model is also available in this grey and a black metallic color. The adventurer in me grins from ear to ear, seeing the row of 21-inch front wheels. The 755cc parallel twin engine with a 270-degree crank engages a very smooth slipper clutch with shower suspension and ample brake discs front and rear. The ridiculously exposed pointy sump, however, makes the Honda-made optional bash plate and lower crash bars an absolute necessity. Other Honda optional accessories include radiator guard, center stand, higher windscreen, and tank bag, to name but a few.
It's for your hairbrush and stuff. Toothbrush, hairbrush.
We get a quick briefing on the variety of displays and array of rider modes, which includes rain, standard, sport, gravel, and a user mode that can be programmed to your preference. A quick prep of our action cameras, and 10 minutes later, we get on our demo bikes for a proper 2 days test ride.
Oh, first impressions, it's a very nice and soft ride. Genade. Very soft. Very plush. Ek is in neutral. As jy neutral, Fonny? Yeah. You're a neutral.
And no, the Transalp is not available in a DCT variation, unfortunately for Fani.
Fonny, show me the way. You've got a broken leg, remember that? Yes. Okay. I'll stay on your right because that's where your broken leg side is. When you fall, I'll jump underneath you in the bike. Okay, awesome. Right, I'm pinning it. I'm riding it in sports mode. It works! It works! It's a small little 750, but it's surely packs a punch, right? A lot of fun, Fonny. It's a lot of fun. Such a small little engine. Doesn't make any sense. There shouldn't be this much power in a little engine like this. And the power is, it's almost everywhere. Oh, wait, hang on. I shouldn't be too excited about this now. I know that we only about 4 or 5 k's down the road here, but my first impression is that the engine is very, very punchy and responsive. And I'm seated very, very comfortably. It's a Fonny. I'm still, the jury is still out, bro. You're trying to convince me very early in this ride, but the jury is still out.
And all of a sudden, we're on gravel. The first gravel since Fani broke his leg.
Please take care of your leg. Okay. Don't remind me, I'm feeling fine. So don't make me nervous. Don't make me nervous, man. Yeah, so obviously you can adjust preload at the back. Preload at the back. Oh, a little bit of a baboosh, eh? Don't make a mistake. This is not a lightweight bike by any means. It's more than 200 kilograms. Power to weight ratio is the same as the Africa Twin. The power to weight. And let's be honest about it. If you're thinking about weight on this bike and weight on the Africa Twin, what you should be thinking about is maneuverable weight while in motion. And that is all controlled by the throttle. And if it breaks down to the same brake horsepower per kilogram, then this is exactly as maneuverable as an Africa Twin theoretically is. I see a lot of European oaks say, it's a wonderful bike because I can get both my feet on the ground when I'm sitting on it. I don't think that makes for a good bike. I know people will slaughter me for this. A lot of shorter riders and also maybe people that are not, maybe beginner level will be comfortable because that is a big mental thing for them to be able to put their feet down. The standard seat is not adjustable, but you can buy a lower seat. So just to add to the topic and maybe just to close off that chapter. Okay, so let's not talk about the height anymore. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, funny. You know I want to rip this bike apart and now you're just stopping me from saying anything negative. That's you. It's not me, it's you. Very simplified controls on the left-hand side here. And the display also reads nicely and a lot of customizable options when it comes to the display. I know quick shifter is a thing, alright?
Yeah.
I would have liked it if there was a quick shifter standard on this. That would have changed the entire thing. Just a quick shifter. You see, Fani, in attack position, you're right over the front wheel here, eh? Yeah. So if you want to do technical with it, the geometry works for me. Because if you're doing aggressive riding, especially on gravel, high-speed, tricky stuff, your weight is always right over the front like that. Front wheel, that's where your weight is. And this geometry is beautiful. It's right in the sweet spot. I'm really enjoying the bike here. I know that we we need to look for the faults and we need to look for what's bugging you and what could be improved on. But so far, I'm just really enjoying myself. But also to be said, I'm riding bike again. So there's a little bit of that side to the coin as well. My bro. Yes, indeed.
But at the startup, the all too familiar setting reset angst sets in once again.
Traction control, again.
You don't turn it all off for me.
I switched mine off, now it's back on.
Yeah, that's a EU regulation that it has to do that.
Yeah. Oh, got it. Traction control, go all the way up,
Yeah, and then
you hold it in, and then it goes down.
It's not unusual finding a new adventure bike in this class programmed and mapped to the teeth with all the latest safety settings, motion sensors, and rider's assistance. It's the future, and it's here to stay, whether you make full use of its potential or not. And let's be honest, for this middleweight adventure machine, with a launch price of around 209,000 Rand, the electronic suite is truly impressive.
Funny! I can't believe the amount of torque and power from the 750. I cannot. I mean, look at that. It's there. And just a little over 4,000 revs in 4th gear, 90 kilometers an hour. You open it up. I mean, 1, 2. Look at that! Feel that! I cannot believe the power.
I thought that, yes.
You're on gravel, bro. You're on gravel.
I'm on gravel, yeah. I'm making myself nervous, and my wife, when she watches this, is also going to be a bit nervous.
My wife's already nervous. I saw her this morning. Right, so rolling on from 110, keeping the throttle hooked. Let's see where it goes. $70. 180. 90. Coming, well, it seems like it's stuck on 195. 196, 197, 8, 9, 82. Give me 2. Out, we have 2. 201, 201. We'll do that. Okay, Fonny, so it does 201 on the clock. That was on a closed track. Professional riders. Yes.
Riding next to the Africa Twin, the Transalp doesn't appear much smaller, and it keeps up without any fuss. And I suppose the narrower frame could also make the Transalp a very practical lane splitter on the morning commute. But on today's commute, it comes in handy when you have to suddenly swerve or stop for pedestrians popping out of nowhere. Our morning commute eventually takes us to a snack stop in a game reserve. Well, I suppose that's just one of the perks of riding in Africa. The journalists attack the cool box like a gang of hungry hyenas. And for a brief moment, all is quiet, but for the rustling of paper snack bags.
I shouldn't actually be reviewing the bike today because I'm having so much fun. It's amazing to be back on the bike again.
I think you're not all that impartial. I think you're hyper excited today, and you're sort of not very objective. Yeah, but I can't blame you.
Do you think the white goes with the blue?
No, the white doesn't go with the blue. It looks like a tumble dryer. White is an appliance color.
Take that back.
Or what?
Take it back.
You break my leg, what?
I think the white goes nice with the blue.
Time for some safari riding, with a quick stop along the way to look at the interesting accommodation options in this reserve.
A little bit of porn going on.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't think that's quite flat.
Nee, die bed is nie opgemaak nie.
Funny. Funny.
Does this thing ride as softly as the Transalp?
The suspension is a bit harder.
Or let me rephrase that. Do you ride as softly as the Transalp?
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
Ooh, bye.
So these were the first transportation. Quite an upgrade now to the Transalp. I think it's a bit easier now.
Heading back to the main road, I enjoy a rather entertaining private moment when some of the journalists discover the mercurial qualities of two-spoor sandy track. I guess I shouldn't be enjoying it that much as we start showing off for the cameras. And in my experience, this is usually where things go wrong on a media launch. And on top of that, it's probably not a good idea to pop little wheelies with a semi-broken leg.
Tony! Yeah! From behind, You look like with his boots. There's a green strip just below the knees, and it's an overall color. So you look like a municipal electrician with that reflective strip around his legs with blue overalls. Oh, and man. Yeah. I'm never gonna get that out of my head now. Ever.
We managed to reach our lunch stop in one piece, and I decide to atone for my earlier error in judgment.
Funny, I admit that I might have been a little quick to judge the bike before I rode it. For a 750, it puts a smile on your face every time you work it up. You know, there's a certain way of riding. You can either ride a bike like a lazy bastard, or you can work an engine, and that immediately puts a smile on your face.
Funny decided not to ride now, because of the leg. The doctor said the leg isn't actually grown on yet. The only thing that it's holding it on is that titanium plate with 13 screws on. The jury's out on the luck of that number. So for the gravel and the hard bumps now, we just thought maybe it's better to put him in the bucket. So that's how we're going to do the rest of the day, but I'll be doing the same. We'll see what happens.
So one thing that you need to get clear now is that most motorcycle journalists are all around the corner, so I can talk about it now, are on these launches for the food. Yeah? Because motorcycle journalists don't earn money, actually. They earn a short-term rental bike, which is basically for a weekend. So they have to eat. Oh, you don't want to see this. This is near Gaga. There's a lot of game around here. So that's Blue Wildebeest drol. You don't want. I'll sort this out. You don't want this, and that's also something there's a lot of bread in it. It's a filo pastry goeters, and that the only thing that just constipates you. So you don't want to eat that.
Pierre has no clue about the surprise later today. So I'm going to go in the bucky now and chill a little bit, and then I'm going to put on all my adventure gear, and Pierre's going to have on all his adventure gear, and then we are going to go around a racetrack with a Hornet. It's going to be cool.
Fani slides into the bucky's driver's seat and puts on his helmet, so we can still chat on the comp set along the way. Obviously, this awakens the dormant rally demons, and before long, the two of us race to our stop at Red Star Raceway for a quick cool drink and snack, I presume.
Mel, so we're here at Red Star. How was your ride in the bucky?
It was comfortable.
Comfortable?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
but now check here.
Can I just give you that?
No, bro.
Do you understand now why I did what I did?
You told me there was something.
It supplies.
You will not believe. Nee, bro.
This is the Transalp's little sister.
The Hornet.
Same engine, very similar frame.
Yeah.
Very much smaller. Can you understand the power to weight ratio of this little thing?
And why are nee, bro? Gaan ons.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go and have some fun on the track.
Have you seen my muddy outfit? Good dual
Have
purpose.
we ever been on a track before? We've never been on a track.
I've never been on a track before, bro.
So today, with adventure gear, I'm gonna get dressed again. And
Yeah?
then we're gonna go and have
Jy
some.
lieg graag.
promise.
Also.
Let's do it.
And it works.
I like this.
Great, man. How's it going, bud? What do you think?
That's very cool, man. That's a lot of fun on the track. It is, really holds its line nice. Power's nice and smooth, and it's forgiving. If you miss a gear and you go into a corner wrong, it's got the torque to sort of like get you out of it. What a great beginner track bike, dude.
Funny. You take the yellow, I take the white. doesn't make any sense. Oh, I gaan doodgaan.
Hoe voel dit met jou eerste padfiets op 'n baan?
I got it. Kom ons nice.
Go!
Funny, bruh. I'm only getting the lines now.
Go, 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 go!
Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, I'm going again. Funny.
So I'm going to have a quick drink of water. And then I'm going to put my adventure suit back on again. The muddy one. How much fun is this? I'm just waiting for someone to follow someone. I just want to nail someone. It's so like a passing someone. And it's usually out of the corners. They don't expect you. Just because you have the momentum. Yes, like John. Okay, I'm going to drink something and then we're going to go. We're doing it again.
After some truly memorable fun and games at the track, we make our way to our stylish overnight accommodation at Oxbow Country Lodge.
Aha, this looks familiar. This is it. And we'll park next to the, we'll park next to the big boy. Look at this. I can walk the bike back. You can't walk an African twin back. That's it.
Lovely day. Actually, quite relaxing,
amazing.
yeah?
What a pleasure. What a privilege to be able to hang out all day on a brand new adventure bike that nobody's got to ride yet and call it work. I was expecting the old Transalp with a bit of sort of with a brand new dress on.
Yeah.
And it's a totally new package.
Yeah, it's time to earn our keep. There's a big official media briefing just before dinner tonight, and all the members of the press are intellectually engaged by this carefully thought through presentation, jam-packed with information and technical jargon about the Transalp. Maybe it's a little too technical for oaks like Fonny and myself. The next morning.
Morning. Hallo, Sonskyn.
Why is my head so?
There's a noise. There's a constant hum. I hear a hum. Chicka-bum, chicka-bubble, gum, chicka-bum, chicka-bum.
Did you sleep well?
Like a guy that's been hit over the head with a shovel.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But similar.
So all the big questions were answered last night. You know? All the really important things. Nothing about the bike though. But things like, why are we here on this planet? Do we care for each other? And do you think that was a nice broadie that I spinned there? Those things we got all those answers last night. It's the end of the launch today. Just a quick run back to where we started. And then we have to make a decision. And Fonny and I, we think this might be a longer decision. You know, it might become something else. But a little more about that later on.
So we once again get spoiled with a lacquer breakfast and great conversation. Before we head out for our last quick sprint today, all the way back home. But what would any Footpeg story be without the compulsory flat tire?
Do you believe this is a Footpeg Diaries thing?
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? Is your name Fani?
Yes. Everybody here believes that it's our fault.
Seems to think it's us. Did we ride any of these bikes? No. No. We're just here.
Yes.
And for the first time, you can just watch.
Yes, I'm gonna watch.
Incidents that they took a big dead
And with that, it's the end of a memorable launch, and we try and summarize our experience as quickly and accurately as possible. For two guys knowing absolutely nothing about motorcycle journalism.
I was wrong in the beginning.
I know.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
The engine performance is unbelievable. The engine makes you smile the entire time.
I
It's
honestly
unbelievable.
cannot tell you how amazing this engine is. At 170 on the highway, you think, if I'm in sixth gear, let me just roll on, and it goes.
Yeah.
It has the legs. Let no one tell you it doesn't have the legs. And the maneuverability, because a lighter bike.
Light.
It's a hell of a difference.
Stock standard as it's here, we will do a lot to it.
Protection is needed.
Yeah.
There. You need protection on this bike.
Center stand.
And footpegs, proper footpegs. And it's a Honda, so it's gonna last, no matter what you do to it.
My final thought on this would be the fact that there's huge potential.
A lot of potential. And I'd stiffen up the suspension and lift it a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit plush. Piste de resistance is the engine.
Yes.
Absolutely. Spectacular engine. Huh? Check 'em.
I like it.